stomach hurts. I ate too many cookies today. When a friend of yours has a birthday, you probably shouldn't celebrate more than they do.
No.
That's my lesson today.
No.
Don't eat more cake or donuts or cookies than, than your friend does. Because otherwise, boy, oh boy, shit hurts my tummy.
What was the last thing you said?
I said, it hurts my tummy.
Oh, okay.
I thought you said, but shit, was that yummy?
It was yummy. Thank you. That's a good point. That's a very
I'm glad
solid
it
point.
tasted good.
It was quite yummy. How's everybody doing today, guys? You guys good?
Yeah.
Killing it.
I feel good.
I'm quite low energy.
You are a little lower energy today.
I worked out during lunch, and then I had McDonald's.
Isn't
and then
working
a
out supposed to
cupcake.
give you more energy, though? That's what I always heard.
But McDonald's takes away all of the energy.
Oh, good point. I skipped the McDonald's part.
I get sleepy when I work out. After I work out,
That must be what it is.
Yeah, I don't think that makes sense. That using energy gives you more energy.
That's always been a weird concept to me.
Yeah,
like
well,
working out gives you more energy.
I think they mean in the future.
Good call.
I've felt like that whole like runner's high thing before. I like after running, I'm like, yeah, I can conquer the world. And then like 5 minutes later, after I've taken a shower and everything, I'm like, actually, I'm just gonna play some video games or watch TV.
That's true. I've definitely been there, but yeah, I just don't. It's the concept of getting more energy. But I think Matt made a good point. I don't think it's a direct result. It doesn't have it immediately following. Because if it did, holy shit, what? That would be amazing.
Yeah, more people will work out.
Yeah,
That's true. That's
Might
probably
be
true.
more NBA players.
Ooh, look out, LeBron James. All right, y'all, welcome back.
Except not for you.
Yeah,
you're
well,
short.
because I'm short. Yeah. Watch out, Earl Boykins, bitch. Thank you. Welcome back, y'all. This is episode 42 of NBA, the podcast where we attempt to talk about NBA shit, but mostly we just talk shit. We just talk so much shit. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. This is your boy Jay Keelas, aka Kareem Abdul Jabbar. Thank you.
Well, you should have practiced.
Sorry, I did it. I said it a couple times.
And you said it wrong each time.
Damn it. Kyle Kuzma, a.k.a. Ben and Jerry Simmons, a.k.a. Shiraz Muhammad, a.k.a.
Are you drinking a Shiraz?
No, it's a beer.
no.
Not you.
No, he's not a
You're
dude.
not drinking wine.
That's true. You
No,
got me.
I've got a Dark Horse Cabernet Sauvignon.
Fresh from the Mexican grocery store around the corner from me.
Directly in front of me. Tell the people who you are, sir.
You know what the fuck this is?
They want to know.
Cold Stone Cream Austin. Toss me a pint. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, the soon-to-be WWE champion at WrestleMania, Romaine Reigns. Ooh-ah. Why are you unbuttoning your pants right now?
Yeah, that was weird.
And now he winked at me. That was
I didn't like that.
I went for it. Romaine Reigns does it for me.
Well, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
you've got Michael B. Jordan. I got Romaine Reigns. Okay.
Cool.
Do you even know what he looks like?
No. I assume that he looks like Khal Drago. That's what I assume.
Who the fuck is Khal Drago?
Oh my God! It's from Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
But
Oh, I don't watch
it's
Game of Thrones.
Jason Momoa?
Jason Momoa. Yeah.
He's Samoan, so I just assume that all Samoans look like Jason Momoa or The Rock. Or
Racist.
Rikishi.
Yeah. Well,
Well, The Rock is his cousin, and Rikishi is his uncle.
I mean,
so,
come on.
so he sort of looks like them.
I didn't know Rikishi was Roman.
Yeah, he does look like Jason Momoa, kind of.
Yeah, I could see.
He kind of looks like Jason
That
Momoa. He's got the long
But
hair.
that doesn't make it not racist.
I got it right, though, so peg that.
Still racist.
Anyways, introduce yourself, sir.
Hi,
To my
I'm
right.
Nicky Keelas, a.k.a. Jabarbecue Parker, a.k.a. Carl Anthony Pound Cake, a.k.a.
That one was weak.
a.k.a. Caramel Anthony.
That was good.
That was better. You picked it up there at the end. Cool. Welcome back, y'all. This is NBA, and we're going to talk some NBA stuff. We're going to go down the roster and talk about what happened this week in the NBA. First on the roster this week, Carl.
Oh, the roster.
Yeah. We're going to keep
See what you did there?
We're gonna keep
I
pointing that
screamed
out.
into
Yeah.
his mic.
Thank
Sorry.
you. Karl Anthony Towns drops 56 points the night after Ben Simmons tells him that he does not have to go to bed because he's playing the Atlanta Hawks the next day. Turns out Ben Simmons was right. Karl Anthony Towns could have joined him in playing whatever the fuck video game he was
I think
playing.
it was Fortnite.
Was it Fortnite?
No, it's PUBG.
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
Those
PUBG.
two play PUBG.
Shut up, nerds.
I don't know what either one of those are. So he drops 56, absolutely dominates the Atlanta Hawks. But in the fourth quarter, the Hawks were still only down by 3 points, despite the fact that Karl Anthony Towns dropped like 56 points. Yeah. Thoughts, impressions? Are you impressed?
I guess.
I think Karl Anthony Towns is doing very well, but I unfortunately, he needs new teammates because the rest of the Timberwolves don't look very good. Jimmy Butler did until he got injured.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins had like a little bit of a better fucking, except Ricky Rubio is over here at Utah looking great now.
Yeah, on a bit of a tear. And
Yeah.
they're looking good. I think they're up to the 6th spot now.
They're
which
in
is
the
great.
4th now.
And apparently Jimmy might be coming back for the playoffs.
Yes, he actually might come.
He's working out harder, whatever that means.
I think they said that he might actually even come back for their game against Denver before the playoffs.
It'd be a good
start.
warm-up game. They're playing Denver twice, but they only have
Yeah.
like 4 games left, and they play Denver twice, which is kind of scary because if Denver gets hot, they could actually get them out of the playoffs.
They played Denver twice. They played the Lakers once, and then they played the Grizzly once. So far this year,
Just one? Just
Yeah.
one Grizzly?
well, they just
They
lost.
play the Grizzly.
Solid.
They
The Grizzly.
I just get what. I'm sorry, it took me a second to
They
get that.
play T Grizzly.
Grizzly.
So him dropping 56 points the day after Ben Simmons tried to ask him to just hang out late and play video games made me think, what's something that you think you could still do just fine or exceed at with minimum rest or let's say a hangover?
One time I got a 90% on a computer science exam where I was drunk off Four Loko from the night before.
Yo, you are the real MVP.
Nice.
You are the real MVP.
Also, just my job. I'm
Yeah.
hungover all the time.
I was gonna say I a bajillion% could do my job on absolutely no hours of sleep. I could pretend like I care about people's complaints very easily.
I go to the Owl sometimes and then go to work.
Lord.
Also, something is I do tech at IO, and I have done that drunk before, so I can definitely
Air
do
quotes
that.
tech.
Yeah, it's.
I'm a software engineer.
Yeah,
So
well, okay. I'm the.
Don't be saying you do tech.
I'm a
just
stage
kidding.
manager.
I'm just
I
kidding. I
fucking
don't
work
care.
on lights and sounds there.
man,
that's
that's
my
hilarious.
tech. It's called theater tech,
That's funny.
and I can do that hungover very easily.
I used to work with kids
do that shit
hungover
in my
a
sleep.
lot. When I was
That sounds irresponsible.
that's problematic.
Listen, I was 22. I was stupid, but I used to work in childcare, and I would go to work the day after, or the day after an evening of libations and such. But I only worked from like 8 to 12, so it was kind of perfect. I would just go in, deal with the 5-year-olds for 4 hours, and then go home and throw up a bunch. Sometimes during work.
Screaming 5-year-old seems like it would be terrible for.
It's so bad. It's so bad. But anyways, yeah, that was one thing that I could definitely do. Definitely hungover, 100% not drunk.
Yeah.
Because I'm responsible.
Yeah, I feel like screaming 5-year-olds would be the worst if you're hungover.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. but
If you were still drunk, it'd probably be fun.
it'd be so much fun. I'd be running around with them, chasing around like a dinosaur. It'd be
Yeah,
fun.
that would be a lot more fun. You are correct on that.
Anyways, Cat killed it this week. It's gonna be interesting to see them in the playoffs because like
Speaking of cat, a cat scratched me.
that's
and I have a
rough, man.
terrible.
holy
Yeah, that's actually really bad.
that looks like staff, bro.
That's not staff.
It looks like staff.
Shut up.
I don't know, maybe.
Not
You're gonna be.
I don't know. There's a very mean cat I know named Teresa. And
Teresa?
Eat a
always
dick,
scratched
Teresa.
me. So thank other Kelly doesn't listen to this one because I'm talking shit about her cat. Your cat's mean, other Kelly.
Yo, take that, Teresa / other Kelly's cat.
Let me
right.
sleep.
Hall of Fame inductees came out this week. Some big names are going in the Hall of Fame. Steve Nash, Grant Hill, Ray Allen, Jason Kidd.
Ray Allen went to the basketball or the catfish Hall of Fame?
Yes is the answer to that.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
Also, who knows? Maybe one of these days, now that he's retired, he'll win that Oscar that he probably should have got for He Got Game. But in any case,
And if Kobe has an Oscar,
Yeah.
I'm saying
He'll get one of those honorary Oscars like they gave like Alfred Hitchcock because they never gave him a real
like
one.
that.
but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he deserves an Oscar. Like, he didn't deserve to be in the dunk contest with Kobe, but he was.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. He's
And
arguably
Kobe won that too. Yeah, that was what a
man.
great connection.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I'm astounded. I remembered.
I'm
That was a good
shocked
job.
because I did not remember that.
Yeah.
Wait, was that the year Kobe won or the year Brent Barry won? And also, can you believe Brent Barry won a dunk contest?
I think about that too because like you look at him now, you're like, how? How?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that name, he should be selling insurance, not playing in the NBA.
I do like that. You should own a State Farm
Yeah.
franchise.
Hi, I'm Brent Barry, your State Farm representative.
It's
How's
like
it going?
like a commercial, like a dude's wife's like, "Who are you talking to?" Oh, it's Brent Barry from State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, Brent Barry's there.
What are you wearing, Brent Barry? Basketball shorts?
Oh, that's great. So there was a major omission on this year's Hall of Fame inductees. This man has now been snubbed 2 years in a row. Chris Webber. Why won't they let him in the Hall of Fame?
He's kind of, isn't he kind of a fuckboy?
A little bit, but like, isn't Grant Hill and Jason Kidd?
Jason Kidd for sure.
Jason Kidd, no question, should be in the Hall of Fame career-wise,
Well,
but definitely a fuckboy.
He could be also be in the fuckboy. Hall
Drove
of Fame.
drunk, his wife, you know,
know, like-
class act.
I
Derek
sense
Fisher.
a conspiracy though, because 3 of the 4 people in the Hall of Fame are either white or white adjacent, and one's light skinned.
You're right.
Well,
There
I
seems-
guess 2 are. Well, they're all light skinned.
Yeah, there seems to be a trend here. It's hard to say that Chris Webber didn't have a better career than Grant Hill.
Oh, he absolutely did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
he
Like,
did.
now, granted, I think at Grant Hill's peaks, he was top 10 in the league.
Yeah.
There might have been a couple years when Chris Webber was top 10 in the league, but like Grant Hill, when he first started, when he was with the Pistons, was phenomenal. It wasn't until he started getting hurt when he went to Orlando, then he had like ankle
Yeah.
problems and other things where like his career derailed. But his peak was way better than Chris Webber's peak.
Yeah, there was like talk of him being like Jordan.
There was a lot of
Yeah.
that. Like he was like one of the first forwards to kind of reinvent the style where like most forwards were just kind of bigger guys who would go to the basket or, guys who were just 3-point shooters. And he was able to stretch the floor and like he was a good passer. He was almost like LeBron before LeBron. Like if he would have had
Yeah,
that
definitely.
longevity,
Except-
he had the potential.
That was Scotty, but still.
True. But
yeah, he was definitely
Grant Hill was
it
so
Scotty,
good.
Grant Hill, and then LeBron.
But then if you look at the longevity of the career, like sustained greatness, Chris Webber had a longer
honestly,
greatness.
Chris Webber probably deserved to be in more than Grant Hill.
And to get shysted 2 years in a row is kind of crazy.
Yeah. How many years do you get to be up for it before they say
5.
no more? Okay.
5 times you get nominated, and if you don't get it after the 5th time, it's pretty much. Although they do one of those things like all other Hall of Fames do, where they'll like revisit somebody from way back in the day every couple of years.
So like in 2047, they'll be like, you know what? Maybe that Chris Webber guy was pretty good.
He's got to get
Like-
it next year.
Honestly, he did something.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! And
Yeah.
not only that, but like those Kings teams, like those were some of the most fun teams to ever play. And if it
But
wasn't
like,
for a
what do you
couple
think
bad
he
games-
did to piss someone off?
That's you know what, the University of Michigan stuff. I think that hurt him a little bit.
Yeah,
Especially 'cause,
I was gonna be like, what about Jalen Rose? But he's not making it to the Hall of Fame.
No.
But I guess
He'll make it to the Hall of Fame of getting scored on.
yeah, that's true. Number 1 on that list. So of the 4 guys that are going into the league, we talked about Grant Hill a
But
little
what
bit.
about Juwan Howard? Oh, want to hear a funny story?
Get it?
My friend Chris, who was on the podcast, his mom grew up with Juwan Howard, and she used to throw pennies at him.
Pennies? Why?
I don't know why.
Cruel.
I think she was just mean.
I'm not gonna lie, you were in the middle of saying what about Juwan Howard, and I actually for a second thought you were gonna say what about Joanna Man? It's like, wait, what?
That would have been funnier.
I don't know why.
Pretty good.
Joanna.
I really like that movie.
I don't hate it.
It's so dumb, but I
don't
love
hate
watching
It
it.
was so funny.
It's so stupid, but it's so good.
It's not woke.
No.
Not woke at all. It's not that would not fly today.
Tommy Davidson, you're a pig.
Is that?
That's who played her?
No.
No.
I forget that guy's name. Tommy Davidson played like the rapper guy.
The Puff Smoky Smoke.
Yeah.
Why do
Puff
I
Smoky
know
Smoke.
that?
Yeah, you have seen that movie a lot. Holy shit.
Oh man, and isn't like Omarion or something? No, not Omarion.
No, it's Genuine.
Genuine
Genuine is in the movie.
is in the
Oh shit! And it was Genuine and Vivica A. Fox, right?
Vivica A. Fox,
Vivica
and
A.
then
Fox.
one of the Wayne's sister, who I can't think of her first name all of a sudden.
Leslie, maybe Leslie Wayne.
Kim Wayne.
Cam Wayne. Thank you.
Yeah, Genuine, Lil Kim. I guess
forgot
like
Lil' Kim
played
She
his
played the
wife.
wife. That's right. Yo, when the off season comes, we're watching Joanna. Man.
I all of a sudden just
can't-
remembered the line.
I can't remember who actually played Joanna though.
Good lord.
Was it this guy Miguel A. Nunez?
It's Miguel A. Nunez
which is
Jr.
Yeah, I do remember that. Guy.
But I remember the line Lil' Kim said, because he's like, "What about all that good loving you got?" And she's like, "Packed it, and the batteries too." And that, like, when I first saw that movie, I was like,
Yeah, I didn't
and
know
then a
what
couple
vibrator
years
was
later,
like
I was like, "Oh,
Hey, do you know? Here's a deep cut. Don't look.
my bad."
He looked at my iPad. I was about to surprise you guys. Guess who else was in it? All right, I'll give you both one guess.
Okay.
And a hint. He played with with Chris Webber.
This sounds like a bad Vladi Divac.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vladi Divac and Rasheed Wallace are his teammates in the beginning of the movie. Wow, I know way too much about this movie.
I don't remember shit about the movie except that a man played in the WNBA.
Yeah, and everyone was like, it's cool,
boy.
it's whatever.
Good lord. Well, getting back.
Also, it has a great score on Rotten Tomatoes, surprisingly high.
Really?
Yeah, 10%.
Oh lord. Good God. 10%?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Critics or fans?
Critics.
that makes sense.
That sounds
What
about
about
right.
fans? Fans got to be
I
90%.
did not look up fans.
70. I'm gonna say 45%.
The last thing I Googled on my iPad was Wilt Chamberlain kids.
That was a good conversation.
Yeah,
Eric.
it shows I only use this iPad for Netflix.
Love it. Dedicated resource for podcasting and Netflixing. So talking about the guys who are getting in, what are you going to remember about Steve Nash, Ray
38% from fans.
Allen? Ooh, just
Okay,
missed it.
hey,
Just missed it.
38%, very, very close to what I can shoot from 3-point
You
range.
definitely can't. You're a terrible shooter. I've seen you so many times.
I can't remember if I've ever seen him hit a jump shot. I'm just kidding. I've seen it,
At
but
least
not
once.
that.
In all
not that
honesty,
much.
I took a second to think. I was like, has he ever seen it?
The few times we played, you were really bad.
Ah.
So Steve Nash, Ray Allen, J Kidd, what are you going to remember about their careers? What are some things that you're going to just always remember them for?
I would say I remember the most for basketball.
I'm concerned. I should have known that was I opened myself up for that.
Yeah, you did.
I opened myself up. Oh,
Also, Steve Nash for soccer.
nice.
Did you see the video of him and Giannis heading a ball back and forth?
I missed
They
it.
did it 94 times.
94 times back and forth. And the whole time, fucking Steve Nash is like, you got it. There you go.
Yeah.
There
He's
you
like,
go.
don't give up.
One more.
Hard work.
Don't give up. Yeah.
He was saying,
It was just like,
I don't know why I turned into LeVar
yeah, for
Ball.
a second there. He was legit. It was just Steve Nash, like, encouraging Giannis to do it more. And it was also obvious that Giannis wasn't as good as Steve Nash. Like, Steve Nash was just like, boop, boop, boop. Easy as
He's
fuck.
an interesting character, man.
Yeah.
I've seen it, like, I've watched a documentary about him, and, like, I've heard him on some podcasts, and it seems like he is the most likable dude in the world. Just the most likable
He
dude.
seems
Yeah.
very likable.
He's just
he was so
cool.
encouraging to Giannis and stuff.
He's just so cool.
Yeah, he seems nice.
He, like,
he seems like he literally he reminds me of like a high school basketball coach who's also like a social studies teacher.
Yeah,
That's
that sounds about
that's
right.
a really good.
Yeah.
That's a good comparison.
For me, Steve Nash, I'm gonna remember the dunk contest when he did the header to
For Amari Stoudemire?
Yeah, for Amari Stoudemire, which was also awesome. Obviously, 7 seconds or less. And I'm also really gonna remember his role in Like Mike. I thought he was great in that movie. I loved his role in that movie. So
Okay, I think mine was better because I said basketball and he just named movies.
That's true.
What are you talking about? I did 2 basketball related things.
Yeah, and 7 seconds or less is what they called their offense.
The Suns.
Oh, I thought that was a movie.
No.
No.
No, I think you're thinking of 60 seconds or less with Nicolas Cage.
I don't think it's called. I think it's Gone in 60 seconds.
Gone in 60 seconds. And you're
30
thinking
seconds or less.
You're thinking of 30 minutes or less.
Fuck.
The movie with what's his name
No, I
from
think
the
you're thinking
Facebook
of
movie.
Speed because they had to stay above
They
60
had
miles
60
per hour.
seconds or less.
Speed is Keanu Reeves.
There's so many movies about
Gone
time.
in 60 seconds.
Wait,
is,
Nick Cage and Keanu Reeves are different people?
I think.
I'm very confused. What?
I watched a review of Enter the Matrix on YouTube the other day, the video game, the terrible video game. It was bad. I like that game.
I owned it. I played it a lot.
I played it a lot too. It was just fun, like going around fighting people.
Doing backflips and shooting guns. It's fun.
Here's a question: who's in A Wrinkle in Time? Is that Keanu Reeves or Nicolas Cage?
Neither.
Okay, I'm just confused.
I
don't know
wish
what
there
movies
was
which.
video so you could see the look he just gave you. He's such disgust on his face.
A Wrinkle in
Like,
Time-
who the fuck would know that, Nicky? It's
Wrinkle in
not
Time-
that crazy that he doesn't know.
A Wrinkle in Time came out like a month ago.
What about Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
They're
Which one
not
of them
dead,
is in that?
Nicky. They can be in
Neither
it.
one of
Isn't
them.
Keanu Reeves in Fast Times at Ridgemont
They're
High?
not dead.
No, that's Sean Penn.
It's Sean
Yeah,
Penn.
that's Sean Penn.
Spicoli.
Spicoli. That's right. I bought those shoes.
Come on.
Okay, what about J Kidd?
You didn't even ask me what I remembered about Steve Nash.
You said basketball.
So what specifically?
Can you
then?
not take my jokes seriously?
Sorry.
I am a part of this podcast.
Go ahead.
Like, I can do more than I don't have anything. No, I'm just kidding. No, I would remember him for his passing.
He was such a good passer.
shoot. Yeah, obviously.
good passer.
Yeah, definitely. But in not a boring way.
Right.
Like Jason Kidd, obviously known for his
Phenomenal
passing.
passer.
But I don't know, Jason Kidd was a little boring to me. And also if you think of white point guards that were great at passing, well, I guess that's all they do. But if you think about white point guards that were great at passing, well, Jason Kidd's not white, is he?
No.
But he's white at Jace.
He's ambiguous.
He's on that I don't know what they are team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And white and ambiguous passers. Steve Nash was the most interesting. You're not when's the last time you looked up John Stockton highlights?
Right. Anytime you wanted to see a solid bounce pass.
Yeah, it's the only passing highlights you'll look up is Magic Johnson or Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Well, Steve Nash was funny too because it was so unexpected.
Yeah.
Because
It was later in his career.
It was later in his career, and his body he wasn't overly athletic or fast. He was just so smart on the court, and he just
I
saw
love
things
players like
4 or
that.
5 steps ahead of
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
else. Jason Kidd was the same way though. Those years when he played for the Nets, when he
Nets
when he left.
and that's what I remember him for.
When he left Phoenix to go play for the Nets, good God. What's crazy is Jason Kidd and Steve Nash were teammates at one point.
That's
in time.
it.
Yeah, that's
with,
crazy.
with Kevin Johnson. Those are 3 Hall of Famers on one team at the same time, same position. That's crazy.
We're
Yeah,
gonna be saying
that's
that.
insane.
Well, not same position, but we'll be saying the exact same shit for when Russell, James Harden, and Kevin Durant all get into the
Right.
fucking Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
there's been
all
situations
making-
like that before, though.
Yeah.
There's been more than one Hall of Famer on one team before.
The Bulls.
The Celtics. There's plenty of
Yeah,
teams
no,
like
I know,
that.
but I'm talking about because you're always sitting there and all of them are on the same team. You're like, wow, why couldn't that? Obviously,
Yeah, why
they were
didn't
all
it work?
point
Yeah.
guards, so that works. But with the Thunder, it's like, well, how the
Yeah.
fuck does that not work?
But Jay
Yeah.
Kidd, when he was with the Nets, good God, he was my favorite player in the league. And that was a bad time
So
in the
good.
NBA where there wasn't
Him-
an all-out star.
him and Kmart. Ooh,
That was dude.
Kmart.
Those teams, those
Yeah.
Nets teams, he took them from a 30-win team to the championship 2 years
Yeah.
in a row. And
Yeah.
granted,
They
that's when
lost
the
both
Spurs,
years, but they were good.
Yeah, that's when the Spurs were at their peak, and I
And
think
the
they lost to the
Lakers.
Lakers too. So
They got
those,
swept by the Lakers.
those were tough years for the basketball in general.
I remember I had this friend in middle school named Frank, and he hated the Lakers, and I was a Lakers fan at that point for some reason. And he's the Nets are gonna win, they're gonna take it, and we didn't see each other at school until after the sweep, and he's like, it was a fluke. I was you're an idiot. It was not a fluke. And I don't know if he's even alive because last time I heard he was on coke.
Ooh, shout out to Frank.
The other thing that I'm always going to remember about Jason Kidd was his son on the sidelines and his big ass head. His son had the biggest head I've ever seen in my life. Do you remember
Real
this?
quick, it's mean. As soon as he said it, though, I all of a sudden I have his son's
Look
face.
at this shorty.
in
Look how
my-
big his fucking
yeah.
head is. His head is ginormous.
That I also
Yeah.
remember when he would do the free throws and he would kiss the sky.
That he did that. He
Yeah.
did that. He also had one of the ugliest jump shots I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But he was really good at making threes.
You guys should ask me what I remember about Jason.
What do you remember about
Jason
Jason
Kidd?
Kidd? Oh, I'm afraid where this is going to go. I kind of already
Probably.
know.
I remember him for being the championship winning coach of the Logan Square Bugs.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
We did it.
We did. We did it.
Not y'all.
Shout out.
Not y'all. Me
Shout
and
out,
J
buddy.
Kidd.
Executive of the year.
Solid.
Yeah, there
I
you go.
love that. Yeah, and then also about J Kidd, the only other thing that I'll remember about him, I guess, would be. I guess that's pretty much it.
Okay, move on to Grant Hill.
I will say that like Lonzo stands a chance to have that kind of career. Because like early on in Jason Kidd's career, he didn't score much at all, and he really couldn't go get a bucket because his jump shot was broken. But man, did he just made the offense go because of his playmaking abilities.
Yeah.
Like with Steve Nash could get a bucket because he could shoot. But J Kidd was a terrible shooter, but was like as he got further and further in his career, like that period when he was at the Nets, he was averaging triple doubles on a regular. Like that's like he was
Jason
like Russ
Kidd
level.
also I just can't think of a point in time, but Jason Kidd also always seemed like he was just like a dad at a pickup game. Anytime he was out
He
there,
did. He had an old man.
He
game.
looks like he
has an old
has
man
an
face,
old
for
man
sure.
game
Definitely has
and
an old man face, 100%. What about Ray Allen? I know we talk a lot about his catfishing and all that shit. What else will we remember about Ray Allen?
I would say dunking.
Cool.
No, obviously his threes. Like, why even?
That's a smooth
What's
stroke.
the-
I mean, the most obvious one. It's a sad one. It's not real sad, but it's kind of sad for me because I like consistency and I love the Spurs. But the rebound Bosch to Ray Allen, bang!
Yeah, that one
fucking
sucks.
game.
Yeah,
So-
that was crazy.
Here's a question about Ray Allen. Does he go in as a Milwaukee Buck, a Seattle Supersonic, or a Boston Celtic?
I feel like a Sonic.
I mean, I could see I could see arguments for all three.
Yeah.
I think the Celtics is probably the weakest argument because that was
It
towards
is,
the later
yeah.
end of his career. But man, when he was in Milwaukee, those teams were so
I feel like
fucking
when I
good.
think Ray Allen, I think Milwaukee. Like that's when he
Yeah.
was the guy.
Man, he was so good. But in Seattle, man, he went to another level scoring wise. Like he was their number one option more so than he was in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And like it was him and Rashard Lewis, and like those teams were fucking.
I think I would
fun.
like it in Milwaukee only because I want a picture of Ray Allen and a giant deer right underneath his head.
I was like wondering if he was going to connect to Giannis, but he didn't.
Oh no.
Those jerseys were dope too. Those like
That
those
big
old
ass
Bucks
deer.
jerseys. Those were kind of dope.
And it was like purple and blue or something like that with
So,
a little bit of green.
What a stupid mascot, a buck.
So just looking at the numbers really quick, while he was in Milwaukee, he averaged like 19.6 overall while he was in Milwaukee. His highest seasons were 22, 22, 21. He was a 3-time All-Star there. When he went to Seattle, though, he averaged 25 points a game, and he was a 6-time All-Star in Seattle.
Yeah, so Seattle.
And he was in
I
both
agree.
places. He was in both Actually, he was in Milwaukee for 7 seasons. He was only in Seattle for 5 seasons. So he was an All-Star every year in Seattle.
Wait,
And
how's he
put up all-time like scoring numbers?
Did he end up leaving Seattle during one of his All-Star seasons?
No.
Because you just said he was an All-Star 6-time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh no, that was Boston. I misread that.
Oh, okay.
So he was a 5-time All-Star in Seattle.
So every year
4-time All-Star. Sorry.
Okay, and then the other 2 are at Boston?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, fuck it. He still did a great job.
Yep. But like All-Star every year in Seattle, averaged like almost 25 points a game in Seattle, was a monster. His highest scoring season was 27 points a game.
That's pretty good.
It's tough, right? Or like Steve Nash. I think that one's a little bit easier.
that's a
but like Sun, Maverick, right?
Sun.
Jason Kidd, Net probably.
Yeah.
Right. I would have to go with Net. Maybe.
What are you going
Phoenix
to do when he was
Suns.
a player coach for New York?
Yeah, maybe when he was the player coach for the Nets. Grant Hill's a little bit easier. That's probably Detroit Piston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Webber has to go in as a King, right? I mean, it doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense.
obviously.
Where the
Like,
fuck else would he go?
No, I
as?
agree.
That's
I'm just
what he.
saying.
That he was. Sorry,
Washington Bullet.
You came in hard, dude.
sorry to be so aggressive with that one.
All right.
It was a little much.
On to the next subject.
We didn't talk about Grant Hill.
I thought we did.
No, we didn't.
Oh, we talked about it a little bit. I guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you guys remember about Grant Hill.
The pass when he was on Duke.
Interesting.
And
Oh yeah.
and also Jalen Rose saying he's a bitch.
Yeah. Didn't he call him an Uncle Tom?
Yeah.
on that documentary. That was rough. That was rough. That was hard to hear.
Because isn't Jalen kind of one now?
No,
No,
Okay.
no.
Jalen keeps it real. Jalen is fuck.
Jalen keeps at 81.
Yes.
My mom sent me a video of Jalen Rose's mom or his grandma arguing with the Loyola grandma, Loyola nun or some
way.
shit. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
That's
but
hilarious,
she told me
dude.
about
With
it.
Sister Jean.
Yeah.
That's
That's
hilarious.
crazy.
Yeah.
Sister Jean do not want those hands. I tell you that much.
Because she's 98.
Yeah, probably. Mad black women from Michigan, from Detroit. You don't want them. You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems. Sorry, Sister Jean. Sorry.
I don't know.
You don't want no problems.
The Onion posted after Loyola lost. They're like, Sister Jean rolled back into a broom closet for next March Madness. It's just a Photoshop of her sitting in a broom closet waiting for the next season.
Oh man.
That's unnecessary.
It's so funny.
So, next topic on the roster for this week, down goes Embiid. Joel Embiid broke his. Well, here's what I should say. Markelle Fultz came back last week, and of
Congrats.
course, the guy who we thought wasn't going to come back this week, and we weren't sure if he was going to be a good NBA player, took out the best player on his team by running into his face with his head and broke his face. So Joel Embiid had to have a surgery. He fractured his orbital bone, which for the listeners who don't understand anything about science, that's right below your eye, or the hole around your eye.
Isn't it just the?
That was so
it's like
smug.
the
It
cheekbone.
doesn't have to be. It's anywhere around. This is the orbital bone, right?
Oh, because it's a
It's
circle.
the bone that Bobby Portis broke on Nikola.
Correct.
Yes.
Right. When he hit him right in the head.
Right
So
in the
of course,
face.
Markelle Fultz broke Joel Embiid's face. Of course, because he's not like he can do anything worse to the Philadelphia 76ers fans. The question I have for you guys, though, seems like he's probably going to come back. He's going to be wearing a mask. Do we think he's going to look cool or not?
Oh, he's gonna look so fucking cool.
I think he'll look cool.
I'm so excited for the shit that he's gonna do on social. Like, I feel like he's gonna like post a lot of shit about being the masked man and like some
Yeah.
Batman themed shit. I'm really excited.
I hope-
I feel like he's gonna come up with an alter ego.
Do you think it's going to be a clear or a black mask?
So I think black masks are no go anymore. I think Kyrie was the last one that was allowed to wear them. The NBA was like, nah, no more. So you have to wear a clear mask, now, which are kind of whack. I have no idea. They have really weird rules about equipment and shit.
Yeah, I hope he writes across the forehead loyalty, and just like shouts out to Rihanna. Loyalty,
Can we
loyalty,
talk about that,
loyalty.
by the way? That motherfucker shouted out probably on some Vicodin or some shit, because I'm sure he was on
yeah.
painkillers. We're at dinner on Saturday, and all of a sudden, Nicky shouts over at the end of the table, "Hey, Jay, Joel Embiid just tweeted directly at Rihanna, asked her if she's single." I was like, what? That dude's my hero. He's my hero. So we had to explain to the entire table, because Nicky and I are dying laughing, and we had to explain to everybody else at the table what was going on.
To literally 11
other people who didn't know who Joel Embiid was, which granted,
Makes sense.
It makes sense. But it was really funny because like that dude, he just won't give up, man. Kudos to that guy. Trust the process.
Yes,
But he was like last season. I thought he said he wasn't into
He
it.
did right before the All-Star game.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
But you
I'm
know,
telling you, man,
those feelings
you know,
creep back up, man.
You know, it's like when you break up with your girl and you get a little drunk and you text her and you're like, "Hey, babe, I miss you." That's basically what he's doing. He's on his Vicodin and he's just like, "Rihanna, you single? You up?" On Twitter, by the way.
Every time you say Vicodin, I keep hearing Viagra.
oh man,
He's
could-
22. I
yeah,
think he'll be all right.
he'll be fine.
I don't think he needs any blood.
I
pills.
mean, like you wouldn't like try it for fun.
I never thought about that.
What, Vicodin?
I would be so
Viagra.
Viagra?
I'd be so afraid to have a boner for like 4
4
hours.
hours,
That
yeah.
just
Use it.
well, obviously, but like I'm in bad
You have
shape.
a girlfriend.
Yeah, I know, but I'm in terrible shape. I would get so tired. There would come a point where I would literally just turn into a Sibian. Like I would be no use at all. I would just be
Wow.
That is I'm embarrassed that I know what you mean. I'm upset I know what that
That's
is.
all I would be able to do. I'd be
But-
useless after the first 3 sessions. Just useless. Maybe 2.
I don't know how Viagra works though. Does it just make you hard?
That's my understanding. That's your erectile dysfunction.
Is there a pill that makes you like like excited to do it. That'd be like a test booster.
I think it's called Molly.
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah.
Oh god! On the Joel McHale show, they were playing a commercial where Frank Thomas was in this like testosterone booster.
Yeah, I saw
commercial. It was so
I did see
fucking
that.
funny.
Was he in a diaper commercial too, or am I thinking of something else?
You know, I don't know, but you know, he has a restaurant in Berwyn, Illinois.
He does. What kind of restaurant?
I don't even know.
have
But
to
my
go
friend's
there.
mom,
Yeah, we have
my
to.
friend's mom went there, and she said he was there, and he like came to her table and
He
said
seems
hi.
like such a nice guy. Just like a gentle giant.
I mean, but not after he takes eugenics.
Oh Lord. Okay, guys. So next topic on the roster.
You don't want to keep talking about eugenics.
About eugenics? No, I'm good.
What about Cialis?
Now we're talking. The first ever high school basketball player to go to the G League has happened. So the young man's name is Darius Basley or Baisley. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. He's a McDonald's All-American. He was slated to go to Syracuse this year, and he said, fuck it, I'm going to go to the G League. So he's going to enter the draft just like you would if you were like a free agent, basically. And he's going to play for a G League team next year, and that's going to satisfy his 1 year of post-high school eligibility.
That's
and then he's
smart.
going to go into the draft.
That's smart.
It's
a great idea.
genius.
Yeah, that's much smarter than going to wherever fuck the Ball brothers are.
And I didn't read
Lithuania.
Lord, can we talk about that for a second? LiAngelo's going into the draft. Come on, man. What the fuck? What a fucking stupid idea. Honestly, if he would have gone to UCLA, stayed there, gotten some quality coaching, not from a guy who sells meat, but a guy who's actually a basketball coach, like there could
I
have.
mean, it's great for the slow carb diet.
Real quick,
Very true.
you said not from a guy who sells meat, and I was like, oh, LeVar sells meat now? I was like, I didn't know there was big baller meat now.
Yep. He's serving up barbecue chicken all the time.
Big ball of bologna.
I was gonna say big baller barbecue, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
that'd be
bologna
good,
too.
I was thinking that
Big
too.
ball of brisket.
I love that.
Everything has to start with B.
I just got an idea. We should do a fake commercial where Matt plays LeVar Ball, and it's a restaurant commercial for a barbecue restaurant.
It'd be more funny if we had just done it and you hadn't
True.
mentioned it on the podcast.
We'll
Get this man some improv classes.
Yeah. We'll erase this part. We'll erase it.
Cool. What did
We're definitely not editing this out. Like, I'm too lazy to do that unless you want to
If I
do
can
that.
feel like doing it.
So overall, we think this is a good idea.
for him, yeah.
It's game changing.
It's a great idea.
It's game
Yeah.
changing. Like when Brandon Jennings was like, "I'm not going to college. I'm going to go play in Europe for a year, and then I'll get drafted." It's the same shit. Where like now all these guys are going
yeah,
to
this is
Australia and
better.
China, but
Yeah.
like the G League is almost like more direct access because now you're playing for an affiliate of an NBA team, and while they're not going to be able to sign you to a 2-way contract because you're not a year out of high school, now you're in front of all the NBA scouts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could go good, could go bad.
Yeah,
know what I
definitely.
mean?
Could go bad.
It's risky.
But, like, you're probably better coaching.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Probably better coaching.
And also, I'm
you're
sure
in
he-
a system, and like, if I don't know what team he's going to get drafted by, but like, depending on who he ends up getting drafted by in the G League draft, that gets you directly into their system with their coaching, with their workout regimen, all that
Yeah.
shit.
I'll ask. I don't know if you know the answer. If he is in the G League, does that mean like after a year he can just get brought up to that affiliate team, or would he have
I
to
think he's-
re-sign?
No, so he'll probably sign like a 1-year contract and then enter into the NBA draft. Which, fun fact, I found out this week, we can all enter into the NBA draft.
Of course you can. Everyone can.
I had no idea. Tad Hall has a letter from the NBA thanking him for submitting his application to be in the draft. And they basically say, like, if you don't get drafted, you do have the opportunity to be an undrafted free agent, and here's how the process works. So I think we should all apply for the NBA draft this year. Or maybe next year. Next year's a weaker draft. Next year's a weaker draft. We might have a chance.
Aren't you worried about that if one of us gets drafted, it'll ruin our friendship?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. I'm riding your
Yeah,
whoever's
I
I mean,
coattails.
I guess it'll ruin it for me. I'll be very upset if one of you get drafted and I don't.
I love that. I love that. But yeah, first ever high schooler to go to
Jay,
the
he
G
ain't
League.
even that good.
I'll probably get drafted as like the team manager, or like a water boy.
Water
No,
boy.
you're the water boy.
I was
the water
about to reach over there and slap you in the face. How dare you? Like, that's gimmick infringement.
Yeah, I said it and I was like, oh wait, that's Matt's job.
But yeah, first high schooler to ever go straight to the G League. I think it's a start. I think where college basketball is really and the NBA is really going to have to change things. If like, let's just say theoretically, 5 of the top 10 guys in all of high school decide, you know what, we're not going to go to college. We're going to the G League. We're going to get paid for a year to play basketball. And not only that, it makes the G League a better product.
Yeah.
If you have a guy who's like a top 10, top 25 ranked recruit in all of high school basketball,
If the Windy City Bulls got a freaking like top 25 player, I would go watch him for cheaper tickets. It'd
Right?
be a blast.
yeah, it only takes like 40 minutes to get to Hoffman Estates. Not only that, but like college basketball is better when you have a team like Loyola that has all these guys that are like juniors and seniors and maybe some really good sophomores and freshmen, but like guys who have been there, names that you recognize because they've been there for a long time. Like, it just makes college
that's
basketball
what's happening
better.
at Villanova.
Exactly. Like these guys grow. Like kudos to Jay Wright, who very well could be getting some NBA offers over this offseason.
Probably.
There's a lot of coaches that are on the hot seat. Like,
Ooh, what if he was a Bucks coach?
that's a possibility.
The Bucks got to find fucking someone.
That's a real possibility. There's a lot of guys out there that might want to take that Bucks job.
You're
although
welcome, Milwaukee.
it's also a little scary because Giannis could leave at any point in time because
Yeah.
they really haven't figured it out. Even though they signed him that big contract, like he's still super young, and it's only going to take like I don't know 4 years until that contract's up, or they need to trade him. But anyways, kudos to shit. I forgot his name already.
that high school
It's
kid.
not in the notes.
Darius Baisley for jumping in the G League. You, sir, you're blazing a path. Guys, Anthony Davis got us. He got us.
Oh yeah.
He fucking got us. So last week on the podcast, if you listened, Anthony Davis put up a Twitter poll asking the people if we thought that he should shave his unibrow. Now, we had a heated debate on that very podcast last week. So a couple days later, Anthony Davis posted a video, and he says, it's happening. I'm going to do it. And he put some shaving cream on the unibrow. And then he fucking takes a razor, and the camera just falls. And then he picks the camera back up, and he's got 2 brows. No more unibrow. It all changed for the better. And then what happens is, turns out it was a planned April Fool's joke that he worked on with Red Bull. Red Bull edited the footage to make it appear as if he had 2 brows. And it was a branding ploy. He even had a Red Bull towel on his fucking shoulder.
I did
Can't
see
believe I
that.
didn't catch that shit.
Oh yeah.
There it is. Kudos to him. Great April Fool's joke. I've never been a good April Fool's guy. I'm not good at pranks. Just not.
I don't really like pranks, in all honesty. I don't know. I think it's fun to screw around with your friends, but usually pranks always feel like they're a little bit. Even everyone's like, it's in jest, it's a goof. I'm like, yeah, but you gotta be like slightly a dick.
Oftentimes
to
they're
pull
mean-spirited.
them off.
Oftentimes they're
A
mean-spirited.
lot of them are mean spirited.
He gets
Well,
it.
I make a lot of mean jokes. So I don't.
That's true.
I don't
You're
care.
natural. You're a natural. at
But I
April
don't do
Fools.
pranks. I just say
Yeah.
things that hurt people.
Hurt people's feelings.
That's cool.
Yeah, I prey on people's insecurities. I don't do pranks.
Oh man.
That's so much worse.
It is worse.
That's a longer con. That's what that is. That's a longer play. That's those are deeper rooted. April Fool's jokes can be forgotten, but hurtful words they're never forgotten, Matt.
That's true. How's that diet going?
Come on, man. Come on. You know what?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been doing it for 2 months straight. Thanks
I
for
wasn't
asking
talking to
me.
you.
You're stressing me out, man.
Yeah, drink that beer. Drink that Puerto
Yeah,
Rican
I'm
beer.
stress drinking, okay? And I stress ate today. I had a rough day at work. I had 4
I'm gonna
donuts and
stress eat
7
too
cookies.
after you guys leave. I made. Actually, no. I'm gonna save it for you, Ayla.
Smart.
Smart.
So next on the roster, the Bulls decided to officially bench Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn for the rest of the season. What the fuck took them so long? God damn it.
Didn't they win last night?
We're on a 3-game
Yeah.
win streak. What the fuck? I'm losing my goddamn mind. We're now in the 9 spot in the Tankathon rankings. I'm very mad. If the draft were to happen today, if we just like slim the lottery, they're saying that we're likely going to get, and at this point, I don't hate who we're slotted to get at the 9 slot.
Who?
It's
it
probably
Mikal
Mikal
Bridges?
Bridges, and
Yeah.
I really like him. Like I really, really like him. Yeah, at this rate, we're probably going to get somebody like Miles Bridges, Mikal Bridges,
Other guys not named Bridges.
Yeah, I don't think now there's possibilities that somebody like a Mo Bamba might fall down to that spot depending on how the numbers shake up.
Yeah.
Good God, I just did the sim lottery and the Knicks got the number 2 overall draft pick. Ooh, my heart. My heart hurts. That makes me so angry. What's crazy is like the Sixers have a top 10 pick potentially this year.
Yeah, because of the Lakers.
Crazy.
Yeah, as
Top
long as
10
it
pick.
doesn't fall 2 through 5.
Yeah, which
2
that's
through
not gonna
5, then it becomes a Celtics pick.
Yeah, which is crazy. If the Celtics get another top, whatever, 5 pick.
That's probably why they got rid of the Nets pick. They're like, fucking
It's crazy.
cares.
It's crazy. Good for them for being shitty at running a team.
Danny Ainge is fucking good.
Yeah, he's fleecing motherfuckers. Good news is though that the New Orleans.
The New Orleans.
Good God.
The New Orleans.
See, it is hard to
Yeah.
say, you fucks.
The New Orleans.
He was making fun of you.
New Orleans.
Pelicans.
The Pelicans are now slipping to the A spot in the playoffs, and that pick that looked like it was going to be like 24 to 26 is now the 18th pick. So
Yeah.
not terrible, falling a little bit outside of the lottery, but this is the end of the season, man. Like I'm so angry that we got on a 3-game win streak against teams that we should be getting destroyed by. Like that's the
Who
thing.
did they play last night?
Washington.
Hornets.
The Hornets. And
The
then
Hornets,
we
yeah.
lost. And then we beat Washington.
Washington.
The Wizards are a playoff team.
And then we beat the Nets. That was the other 13.
Yeah,
right?
which they're better than us. They're better
should
than
be
us.
better
They
than
should be.
us.
Dude, the fucking Hornets. We beat the Hornets with David Nwaba, Cameron Payne, and Christian Felicio, and like a hodgepodge of other guys. Like
Felicio had a nice dunk.
he had a great night. And it's like, what the fuck are you
know who
guys
else-
doing?
You know who else had a really great dunk? Malik Monk. They finally let him play.
Good Lord.
And
He's
he
been a
fucking
huge
double
disappointment this
clinched.
year.
Well, he hasn't been playing that much.
Because he's been bad.
I guess.
He's not been good.
But like statistically, I was looking at it. Donovan Mitchell isn't doing that great shooting wise, but because they're just letting him go off, he's doing very well. Josh Jackson, the last like 10 games, the Suns are just like, we have nobody. Enjoy yourself. He's averaging like 20 points a game now because they're just saying, fucking go off. Go, 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 go.
Unreal.
He was a pug.
Solid. Last item on the agenda tonight on the roster, Boban Marjanovic scored 8 points last night and shot no field goals. Nicky, first thoughts when you saw this stat line?
Boban's the king of the loophole. Good for him. I was going to say something bad. Never mind.
He looks so much like George Mirasan. And for those of you who don't remember George Mirasan, you might remember that terrible movie with Billy Crystal called My Giant.
I think more people remember him than know who this guy is.
Oh, no
Yeah.
question. No question.
You know what's funny is you said that. I was going to say that he looks like the giant from Big Fish.
Yes, he
You remember?
does. He does look like the giant from Big
Anybody,
Fish.
just Google the giant from Big Fish and you'll see the
You'll see him.
face.
He's there. Great
Yeah.
movie.
It's a good movie, yeah.
What a stat line. That guy, he's another one of those guys who played for the Spurs and was, I mean, kudos to Greg Popovich. He got this dude paid so much. Like, he was on I think it was the GM of the Spurs. It was on one of the podcasts I listened to, and he was like, Boban came to us and like, hey, this is what Detroit's offering me. I'd prefer to stay here. And they were like, go to Detroit. Fucking go. Because you're never going to get this kind of money ever again. Like, we love you and we love having you here, but like, this is your chance to get paid. Go get paid. They gave him a fat ass contract for like 4 years. And he played like.
I love how the Spurs GM was like, no. Van Gundy fucked up.
Dude,
go get
yes,
that money.
Go get your money. Like, dude, Brian Scalabrine was on the Woj podcast and he was talking about Jason Kidd and he was saying like, Jason Kidd got so many guys paid because he just got the ball to you in the perfect spot all the time. He's like, my best seasons ever were in New Jersey because Jason Kidd made me look like a stud. He's like, and then Boston came knocking and said, hey, we want to pay you. And when I came back to the GM and to the guys and said, I don't want to leave, Jason was like, dude, trust me, this is going to be the best payday you ever get. Go to Boston. Like, just go. Trust me.
It's
you'll
nice
thank me
of
later.
them. It's nice of them, but it's also like a slight fuck
It's
you.
a backhanded compliment.
It's like, hey, you're never gonna be good enough to actually make this kind of money. Go get it. Go get it.
It really is, but it's true, man. Like when you're in the right team with the right system. Like remember Gary Neal? Gary Neal was a stud with the Spurs. Like 5 years ago, signed a contract with Milwaukee. Shit the bed. Terrible, fucking terrible. Jonathan Simmons is one of the only ones where he actually went to Orlando.
Yeah.
He's been good in Orlando.
He's been doing all right over there.
But like most guys that leave the Spurs, they're not good. They're not good when they go elsewhere. They just get their big ass contract and that's it.
Wait, Boris Diaw is one of them, right?
Boris Diaw kind of Boris Diaw came
was
late.
good
No,
on
he
the
came after.
He came
Suns.
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah, he was great on the Suns. Then he got fat as
sorry,
fuck.
that's what it was. Or was it Dwayne? Who the hell? I'm thinking there's no Dwayne Dedman. No, there's
Dwayne
one
Dedman,
other one.
Yeah, but Dwayne Dedman was also with Orlando before he went to the Spurs.
Yeah.
So there's a lot there.
I can't remember who. I feel like there's one more guy that was on the Spurs. That
Thiago Splitter.
Oh, there we go.
Thiago
Thank you.
Splitter, a great backup center and even starting center for the Spurs. Got a badass contract from Atlanta. Haven't heard from him in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Just haven't even heard of him.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else we want to talk about before we wrap up today? Cool, man. Plugs.
Follow me on Twitter, FATTREED. Mostly tweet about Migos and Black Panther.
And chapstick. Don't forget chapstick.
I don't really tweet about chapstick that much. I did put out an open challenge today. If anyone wants to challenge me in a foot race,
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'll beat you. But anyway, you got short legs. You're not gonna beat me.
I hit the ground faster because I have not as far to go.
I'm good. Like you'll beat me in a long distance run, but like a sprint, I think I can beat you. Anyway, also follow me on Instagram, FATTR33D. You know what you have to do.
Nicky, plugs?
Follow us on Twitch, Yay Network. I swear to God, I'm gonna get back into it because I finally have some free time coming up. So that'll be a blast watching some Twitch. Also, you can follow me on social media at Nicky Palooza. Nicky is spelled Nicky. And also, if you're in the Chicagoland area, this weekend, April, was it 6th, 7th, and 8th, at the McCormick Place, I'll be at C2E2. I'm not famous or anything, so I won't be at a panel, but look for me. I'll be the brown guy dressed up in a Star Trek outfit on Friday. Emperor Kuzco from Emperor's New Groove on Saturday.
That's dope.
Yep, and I'll be a Ghostbuster on Sunday.
Always.
Yes, always. I got the whole pack and everything. There'll be two of us, and it'll be a blast. I'll have my name. Won't say my actual name. It says Mescuddy as a shout out to Kid Cudi for a joke that my buddy and I wanted to play. That literally one person the entire time I've had this outfit has ever gotten. 6 years. One person was like, "Oh shit, Ghostbusters," and he saw my name and he was like, "Isn't that Kid Cudi's last name?" And I was like, "It is." I was so happy.
Maybe it's
so stupid.
Maybe it's a bad joke.
It is.
Kid Cudi's trash.
Oh, sad.
That hurt. I love Kid Cudi.
He's not good.
Kid Cudi was my favorite in college.
I loved his Man on the Moon and Part 2.
He's had like 2 or 3 good songs.
All right, well, we're signing off today. I don't want to have this conversation on the podcast. Follow me, J_Quiles on all social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Nicky keeps giving me looks.
Snapchat.
I think Matt's on the pursuit of sadness. God.
Follow us at NBA Pod on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Please do rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. Let us know what you guys think and if you're happy about it. If you're not happy about it, email us at theyaynetwork@gmail.com. Follow us on YouTube, The Yay Network, Yay Network on Twitch. For Matt, for Nicky, for Jay, this has been NBA. We're out.